Hello, Instagram, and welcome to In the Hot Seat. So before I go off my usual rambling spree, I just wanted to say that I will be taking a break from In the Hot Seat. So this is the last episode until the 23rd, which we will be right back on Instagram anyway. So it's kind of like you don't really miss anything. But anywho, so In the Hot Seat after tonight, it will be gone until September 23rd. It's already taken off the website, but if you already have a recording, I will go ahead and get that added in for you. If you have scheduled a recording, y'all, it's always a long day for me, but it's a long day. But if you're already scheduled for recording, I will go ahead. We'll still be doing that, and I'll probably just schedule it to go out like next Wednesday or the Wednesday after that, whenever the dates are. But we're still honoring that, and that's still a go, and it'll still be on the YouTube channel and all that jazz. But that's it. So that's the quick update. Sorry. I wish I had to make sure my notes used to throw. That's a quick update for that. Also, the business directory and everything is... Oh, there's so much going on that. I won't be promoting that as much. Hey, girl, you can come on just a second. Or you can send a request in because the Lord knows. Oh, wait. Let me make sure it's on. God. Okay. All right. It's on. But the directory is going to be kind of under maintenance while we kind of filter through some of the listings and all that jazz. So, of course, when I started that like a year ago or less than a year ago, I don't remember when I started. It's kind of been like a mess. So we're trying to add in all the new subcategories and all the categories. So just bear with us. If you don't see your listing or your category, I promise it will be in soon. But I am going to stop my rambling because y'all know I can go on and on and on. So just want a quick reminder if you're just joining in the hot seat will be stopping after today, and it will be resuming September 23rd just because I need to adjust to this school schedule and some of my other stuff for work. But okay, I'm going to go ahead. Like I said, I'm going to zip it and I'm going to bring up our guests right now. So without further ado, here is our guest for tonight. Everything else for those that are recording, your recording will probably be on next week. But hey.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I know, I was like, finally, because I know the last time we tried this on Facebook, it just did not work well.
Well, I am so excited. Thank you for having me. I'm so thankful that you do this. This is a great way for us to get together right now.
Yes.
I know before I always had babies with me, so I really couldn't make these events anyways. So in a way, it's working out good for me.
We felt the love in your donuts. It's okay.
Thank you. And I was going to totally share about the donuts, even though I was here to mention a couple other businesses, because what I love about your group is that it's Mom Moguls, and Moguls is more than one. And if you ever watch Shark Tank, you know, I feel like Kevin O'Leary, he's got more than one business, and he's got more than one revenue stream. So this year, that was my goal, was to keep branching out. And so I'm excited to share some of those other things around my donut that have helped me even share donuts even more.
I'm excited, but let's go ahead. I know you, but I'll go ahead and let you introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Joanna. My name's Joanna Scism, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm in Goose Creek, which is outside of Charleston, South Carolina. I got New York represented. I'm from Long Island. I'm like a third of my life in Long Island, a third of my life in the mountains of North Carolina, which is why I sound Southern. And then now I'm in South Carolina. I've been in Charleston for 10 years. My husband and I came here. We were food and bev, workers. I was laid off from being in the housing market. I did kitchen design, and I did kitchen design again in Charleston. I did about 1,000 homes with KraftMaid before we bought the donut shop. And really, the donut shop was just for sale on Facebook, and it was like the right time, the right opportunity, and we landed it. And right behind me, I've got my little studio I have set up here.
I know, I was looking at that.
Taking some pictures of, I got this new ring light set up, so I was taking some pictures of the donuts. And, you know, the house is so multi-purpose. I got like an alphabet set up here. So...
Oh, that sounds like our house. Like, there's random stuff everywhere. Like, it doesn't have like a real, ours anyway, it doesn't have a real theme.
Yeah, and then over there is my tower garden. So I've got my urban farm, and that real quick. So as many donuts as I try to push out the door, I try to sell as many fruits and vegetables. And so everybody might have heard of Juice Plus. You might have seen this incredible tower. You might have clicked on it and said how cool, and then said, oh my God, the price. But let me tell you about how the tower works is you start growing. People are like, what is that? Next thing you know, you're like me, you sold 8 of them this summer. And you're like, wow, now I have the business. So that's something for me that I've really been growing. And I'm not fluent in the Bible, but there is a story of the sower. And for all of my women out here in direct sales, you know that you have to plant the seeds. And they say every no brings you closer to a yes. And that's just like all business. People want to always assume that direct sales or marketing businesses are different than any type of business with a storefront. You are selling yourself. You are putting yourself out there as many hours as you can dedicate. The training that's out there for you to read it, become passionate about it. I'm not a farmer, but if I don't know that I can grow seeds, and I have grown beans and cucumbers, I learned how to pickle this year. Girl, I like salsa. You like it spicy? What you got? I want pickled tomatoes. So I have enjoyed my tower this year. Not only have I helped people grow, but it's, you know, sustainable. I know those convenient products like Chef Box, and I use them because when you're pregnant, you got babies, you don't want to run to the store, get all this stuff. It's so convenient. But you start doing it after a couple months, and the packaging is crazy. So this packaging for the tower, I literally go right over to it. We pick it and we put it in and we eat it. So we got donuts. We've got our colors of the rainbow, making sure everyone's getting their veggies. And my favorite part is the holidays. So everyone's partying, but we can't go to the bar. So I've got this virtual wine shop. It's called Wine Shop at Home. And you just type in Wine Shop at Home / Joanna Scism. And you can go right to my website. And this is another incredible opportunity for my mom moguls out there. Maybe you have one side hustle, and maybe you know a bunch of bartenders that have been affected by the shutdown. I'm telling you, host a tasting. Let's get them together. Let's see if they can make one night a week. That's all I do is my Wine Women Wednesday, and one night a week. I reach out to my girlfriends. I say, hey, I've got a wine tasting sampler. Can you swing by the house, pick it up, or I'll meet you. Let's get on Zoom at 7 for an hour or 8, whatever time works. And let's just take an hour to throw some things at each other, inspire each other to get out of bed tomorrow and do something for ourselves. So thanks for having me on. Mom is There Food Here is me on Instagram.
I love that you have it ready.
I just found this. The kids were playing with it. I said, Mom Is There Food Here is what they're saying, and that's my Instagram. But I post tons of pictures of what we're growing, fails, all the good stuff, and then the wine specials, because Christmas is coming. You might want to host a holiday party. Maybe you want to do some networking with friends, and everyone says yes to free wine. So get them in there, talk with the wine, and make that next, step in your business, and reach out to that person that you might have not reached out to. So everyone have a good fourth quarter. We're going into that, the end of the year. Let's close out 2020 and let's roll in to 2021 with fire under our heels. And that's what I'm here to share. Thank you.
Thank you. Like, man, I was looking at some of your pictures. I was like, you've been killing it with your plants. I was like, mine already died. I was like,
add water. I am telling you, you should see my real garden is a fail. It is an epic fail. So that tower, if anyone's grown anything this year in dirt and you failed, look at my tower garden. Don't do it to yourself again.
Yeah, because, oh my God, I was so motivated watching everybody during COVID. I was like, all right, I got this. Knowing dang well I kill everything that comes in my path. And lo and behold, we have nothing to show at the end of COVID, or this month after March.
And I am very competitive. So when I got that tower, I was going to prove to my husband that I was going to get our money's worth out of it. And every time I cook a meal for him, I say, you see how much money I saved us? I grew these beans. I grew these tomatoes. I made them into sauce.
I show everybody too. Like, look at this tower thing. I was like, look. I'll show my mom and everything. Like, look at this. I was like, you can't kill anything. Like,
well, thank you. And I just got off the phone with a friend today, and we were talking about wine. And the tower came up, and she's super excited. She's probably going to get one at Christmas, because Christmas is a good time to get one. If you wait till spring, like everyone did, they saw mine. They're like, oh, great. But then you order it, and then you are a little behind in growing season. So make sure you have it by Christmas so you can start in the spring and get a head start. And I'm telling you, we'll be raking in those cherry tomatoes.
Very smart. I was like, I made note of that. Looking down at what I'm doing. I always tell everybody that. Like, I'm taking notes and talk. But yeah. So one, I want you to tell us all the stuff we can find you at, and where we can support you at, or like find you. Should we come across anything?
Okay, great. Well, donutconnection.com. So I run the national page. We're just the little store in Goose Creek, but I run all the mom and pops Facebook, and on Instagram, that's official Donut Connection. And so that helps me share and highlight and take you on like a virtual road trip to all the donut connections around the East Coast. So I run the official Donut Connection page on Instagram, and then Donut Connection Goose Creek, which is Donut Connection GC on Instagram. And on both of those, you just type in Donut Connection on Facebook, and either Goose Creek or just regular will come up with us. And then for the shopping center that Donut Connection is in, that I run a page for that shopping center to help Sanyo and Philly Connection and the hair places. Yeah. So that is called Downtown Goose Creek Center, if you're interested in that, if you live in Goose Creek. And then as far as me, my personal page that I share, it's a public page. And that's where I share my wine and my Juice Plus and my family. And that's Mom Is Their Food Here on Instagram.
All right. So I already knew some of these, but I was like, let me just write it down.
No, and thank you. And I try to put the links in all the bios there. And anytime you just Google Donut Connection, and I hope I come up. I'm working on all that right now. Google Ads
You're
search.
Doing awesome.
I'm working on it.
I stalk like everybody, but
it's a ton. I don't have an email list. I need you for that.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh. But yeah,
you're on my radar.
I'm like, I don't want to hold these people up, like looking at like, why is she talking about this right now? But
it's important.
It is. So yeah, if y'all don't have an email list, like people have been drawing attention, like just a disclaimer too, like for Facebook, they're doing like a terms and conditions now where they have like the right to take off your content and some other stuff. If you haven't seen it yet, I would advise you to look that over. So yeah, if you need something, move to a platform that is yours. Your email list is yours. You can have your website, depending on what you have. That may or may not be yours. That's another story. But
right.
But yeah, so just Facebook, like look over the terms and conditions. They are updating. I think it's in October. So that is something you guys should pay attention to. Because like with us trying to run our businesses and stuff, and like little things have been disappearing. I know I've been having issues with my ad like manager lately, like off and on, like gets cut off, which is really annoying. But that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know, right? Pay attention.
I could go on for an hour, but no, thank you so much again for having me. Keep up the good work. I'm always inspired by your posts, and you never know who's reading them. People might not like it, but they are watching.
Yeah, I always tell people, like, people are watching. They get reached out to me. I'm like, look, go to a direct person, or like, this is the person that does this. Well, yeah, or y'all can use a directory. I'm cleaning it up, y'all. Just give me a minute.
And you'll be surprised at how often you think you're educating your customer or your followers, and they might not have ever caught that. So just keep plugging. And my story about the Bible, when I was saying the story of the sower, that you can plant your seeds, and there's some seeds are not going to grow. The birds are going to eat those seeds. And if you chase the birds, then you leave your field. And then some of your seeds are going to fall into, not tilled soil, and it's dry, and they're not going to hold strong. And then some are going to just get washed away that first big rain, and So there's a story for every time you have a setback. And at the end of the day, if you just keep focused and know that's the law of probability, that the more seeds you plant, the better the chances. So just keep working, keep going.
I know.
And
It's needed.
my Muggles is going to go nationwide, and I can't
Yes.
wait.
Like, I'm bringing as much people as I can on this journey. That's why I was like, just bear with me as I figure out what the heck I'm doing. But soon, if it's not next year, it's going to be the year after. But definitely a bunch of us are going to come up from this. So y'all just hang tight.
Absolutely. Thank you. Have a good night, Adriana.
Thank you. You too.
See you soon.
All right, you guys. So, as I said before, September 23rd is when I come back. I'll be right back here on Instagram. Y'all can go ahead and pre-book on the website. I'll send y'all like the details, like with the email and everything, just to make it easier. But you can pre-book, we can pre-record this, whatever you like to do. But I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night because it's been a very long couple of weeks already, and then school starts next week for my child. So yeah, it's all right, I'm just gonna go. But thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all your support so far, and just hang tight. We'll be back in 2 weeks.